Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and this is a King of the Ring prediction for the tournament. I did the women, and now I'm doing the men. That sounded very weird to say, but now it's already been set into this world, and I'm not restarting the video. So we are going to make some predictions here. Obviously, the first bracket spots already been filled. We got the bracket the same time we got it, so unless I was going to be filming the video when I was at work, there was no way I was going to be able to beat this because I didn't know about it. So it went Sami Zayn, Penta, Braun Breaker, Dominic Mysterio, and Sami won, which is kind of interesting. Maybe helps us predict the bottom of the bracket a little bit better, but I guess we'll see. It is Randy Orton, LA Knight, Aleister Black, and Carmelo Hayes. Now, I can already tell you one person I think it's not going to be is LA Knight, just because I think him costing Braun Breaker here makes it so Seth Rollins goes to SmackDown and cost him here. The set like up a rivalry or probably a Night of Championship match just between the two. So I think that takes him out of the equation here. Aleister Black would be a pretty decent pick. Randy Orton obviously is Randy Orton, and Carmelo Hayes. I do believe it's going to be Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton comes to winning here. It's very difficult on this bracket because honestly, I feel like if you're picking the best representation to try to go forward and have a really good match, you pick Carmelo Hayes here. I think he pins Aleister Black and picks up the dub where he hasn't had the opportunity to beat Black. It'd be a good opportunity. It could even be off like an RKO from Randy Orton where he kind of weaselly gets in there, or even the Miz helps him do that. So it would be a good thing. And then obviously Carmelo versus Sami Zayn would be a pretty decent match, but I think it's going to be Randy Orton. I think this is the hardest bracket to predict other than the mystery one because like obviously yeah. But yeah, let's go to the top of the SmackDown bracket over here. It's Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest versus Andrade versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I feel like this is the most clean cut bracket spot that we ever hit. I mean, isn't it? It has to be Cody Rhodes, right? I feel like Cody Rhodes has a good opportunity to honestly be the one that wins it all. I just don't know how you don't have that because obviously Cody pins John Cena. Should already have the rematch at Night of Champions, but I think like or should have been able to have a match there. It makes sense. You kind of have him do this instead as a little side quest, and then they tease, hey, if I win this, I either get to face John Cena and regain that, or I get to have a generational match with somebody that I care about and CM Punk. So like I feel like that promo in itself is great, and it sets up Cody being able to hold that rivalry between him and John Cena to SummerSlam, because that's the problem. Like whoever wins here has to do it, and obviously Orton already has held a match against John Cena, so I don't think he wins it. LA Knight wouldn't be somebody bad for it, but I feel like he's going to have other stuff. Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo would be pretty decent just because they're both Boston boys. I feel like they should still run back a match with them. And then you got Damian Priest, Andrade, and Nakamura. Maybe Nakamura, but like even then, none of those rivalries or any of that stuff makes sense for the SmackDown side of things. Now the Raw side has different things, but now with Gunther in it, I really don't want to see Sami Zayn and Gunther. So there's a lot more limitations on the men's side than the women's. I think the women's is pretty wide open for matches that everybody wants to see, but this side, I think it's kind of a no-brainer that Cody wins here, especially this bracket, but I think altogether it's going to be like that. Then we got Sheamus, Rusev, and Bronson Reed with a mystery opponent. I did a video on who I thought the mystery opponent was. I still think it's going to be Ilya Dragunov. There's a good shot that it could be Jey Uso. A bunch of other people that on Raw could fit it. Ludwig, anybody that you can think of, it could fit here. I do believe the mystery person wins. Yeah, I mean, I really do. I think it really depends on who it is. If it's Jey versus Cody, would be a very interesting match. If it's Ilya Dragunov versus Cody Rhodes, I think would absolutely cook and be awesome, especially for a semifinal. That's insane. But obviously, whoever is on the bottom part of the Raw bracket loses here to Cody Rhodes in the finals. Then it would be Sami Zayn versus probably Orton, maybe Carmelo Hayes. I think Sami wins here, and I think Sami doesn't have what it takes to fully turn like against whoever's in there. Like he needs to turn against his friend in Cody Rhodes. That's what Karen Cross keeps saying, and he finally doesn't. But then he snaps on Karen Cross after or something like that. But Cody wins this whole thing. I think it's kind of a no-brainer unless there's some big swerve with that mystery opponent. That mystery opponent has to be somebody insane to go back there. I've heard a million names out there, and I don't see any of those names being big enough to beat Cody Rhodes if Cody Rhodes makes it out of that first round. And Cody doesn't really have like a deck stacked against him. I don't really see anybody out there that would just beat him, like just straight up be like cheating. I could see possibly if the mystery opponent's Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes, then John Cena would do something. But even then, I just don't see it. I think Cena wins. I mean, I think Cody Rhodes wins King of the Ring and faces John Cena at SummerSlam, and the plot thickens on whatever happens there. And like they can tease it that he might face CM Punk, which also would be a match that a lot of people would enjoy. So yeah, I think Cody Rhodes wins this whole thing and joins a long list of people who've won King of the Ring and puts another feather in his cap being quarterback of this organization. So we'll see how that goes. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me below who you think is going to be in the finals and who do you think is going to win it all, because I really want to know what other people think, because it is difficult. I do believe it's Cody Rhodes. I feel like it's kind of cut and dry on that, but everything else could possibly change. So I kind of want to see what happens. I like King and Queen of the Ring. It's kind of a fun tournament thing, so I'm completely on board to see what this goes, and hopefully we know soon enough. Until then, this has been Japan. Bye, guys.